back, and welcome back to the Horror Master YouTube channel. Welcome back to day number 17. Yeah, day 17. We'll be going this for 17 episodes straight. Like I said, hope you guys have been enjoying this entire series. And like I said, we're almost to the end. We're still about 14 episodes away, so stay tuned for those upcoming episodes. So for this episode, on day number 17, we're going to be tackling another franchise a lot of people kind of have mixed feelings, like myself. Of course, I am talking about the Purge franchise. Yeah, a franchise that, at the beginning it seemed very promising, but at the very end it kind of was a bit of a letdown. But the concept of the idea is fascinating. Of what if for one day all crime was legal, even murder, and there was no punishment or nothing, only for 12 hours. Could you imagine that would have happened in the actual United States? How fucked up it would have been. I mean, sure, crime would have gone lower down, but then again, is it really worth purging for the sake of purging, or for revenge, or whatever? So, there's a lot of people out there who believe that a purge will be a very good thing, which to those people, I'm like, I call that bullshit and fucking crazy. We don't need a fucking purge, depending on how the world is right now. But regardless of that, we're gonna get into the ranking for the Purge franchise. We got 5 films to talk about, so let's get into it. So at the bottom of the barrel, we have the Forever Purge. Now, this is the latest installment in the Purge franchise, and I gotta say, with this film, well, by the time that the Forever Purge was announced, I kind of was toned down away from the Purge, because I believe that this film tried to do tried to mix a lot of political stuff. Not to mention that the Purge franchise itself is very political in terms of, like, the state of the United States and around the world. But with this film, I believe they tried to make a bit too much of everything, from immigration to white supremacy to all that shenanigans and all that. I just felt it was so fucking crazy. I mean, but like I said, by the time that this film was announced, I was already toned down from this franchise. I kind of felt that this wasn't really necessary for the franchise. The kills are okay to meh. It really didn't have that impact on me in terms of, like, oh, this is gonna be something new that's gonna bring the genre to way bigger heights. I thought that this film was a bit lackluster to me. There's some people out there who might actually enjoy the Forever Purge, which, let me know down in the comments what you like about this film. Maybe there's something I didn't see while watching the film, but regardless, to me, the Forever Purge lands on my number 5 spot. Number 4, we have the first Purge, pretty much a prequel to the rest of the Purge franchise. Pretty much how basically the first Purge, it tells you about the time how it was created from the new founding fathers, having this crazy idea of what the Purge could do to, guess, make the United States a greater country in terms of, like, crime and all that. Which, like I said, at first when this movie was announced, I was like, okay, a prequel to how the Purge was created. Sounds like a good idea. It sounded like a good idea. I'm like, maybe they're gonna explain to us, the concept of why they decided to do this, why the new founding father decided to do this, and they kind of did. But at the same time, same thing with the Forever Purge. Like I said, around this time, I kind of was toned down from this franchise. But I do say that the first Purge does one thing that the Forever Purge doesn't do. It it actually makes me want to watch it more than just one occasion. Makes me want to tune in into it. It makes me, sometimes there's some jump scares. I'm like, it actually intrigues me to the point that even though I've seen it a billion times, I still get that kind of jump scare from once in a while. Some of the kills are a bit better than the Forever Purge, but for the first Purge, great film. Again, I kind of like I said, sometimes prequels don't really work in franchises depending on the franchise, and this one kind of didn't work. But like I said, it's better than the Forever Purge in my personal opinion. Now I'm getting to the top 3. Now, the next 3 films I'm gonna talk about for me are the 3 Purge films that I believe are the quintessential Purge films, because these 3 films to me actually gave us, what a Purge is able to do and what you're supposed to do if that ever fucking happens, which again, I hope it fucking never happens, but that's a different story. So at number 3, surprisingly, we have the first Purge. Not the first film that was actually released in the franchise. This was a concept that, at the time, another thing in horror that no one ever thought of, to be honest, about how would have happened if in one night only, for 12 hours, all crime was legal, and you could kill, rob, molest, whatever you want to do with that. But the thing about the Purge, the first Purge that it does, the film, was that it really doesn't show you as much as the other films we're gonna talk about in a bit. It just centralizes around this family, about this the one of the main characters, the father, who sells systems to kind of avoid the purge, or for some reason the whole movie takes place only inside a house and doesn't really show us as much of what's happening in the streets, what's happening across town or whatever. Like I said, a good little horror film for what a purge would actually do in just in a household. But I wish it could have added more and gone more to the streets, downtown, so on and so forth, to give us more of what the purge actually is. But regardless, the Purge, the first film in the franchise, is really high regards to me. I really enjoyed the first film this film when it came out back in 2000. Oh God, I remember the year, maybe 2004, 2013, around there. I really enjoyed this film, and it gave us the infamous catchphrase. Just remember everything good the Purge does, which has been in every single film since then, and probably will forever be. Even in the fucking series, I think it was in the limited series, which good series. But like I said, I'm only focusing on the films in this rank them all. At number two, we have The Purge Election Year. This film to me almost made it to number one, but here's why I didn't make number one. Good kills. I mean, of course, when you have what's his name? I'm forgetting his name already. Frank Grillo back in the series after, of course, what happened to Events of Anarchy, which we'll talk about in a bit. You know, it's kind of an amazing film, and basically, it's about basically this senator who's running for presidency. I think it's for president, and she is trying to get rid of the purge, pretty much. And of course, his opponent, the other senator, wants the purge to keep going. But I think, but the thing that makes me kind of turned off about this film was almost at the very end of the film, where they're doing this kind of ritualistic kind of thing for the purge, and I'm like, that doesn't really represent the purge in my opinion. But like I said, a bit more greater kills, a lot more action, which I forgot to mention. This entire franchise has a lot of action, a lot of guns, a lot of like crazy stuff, which I do give him credit for that. But like I said, the election year, not to mention that this film was released around 2016, about the time of Orange, about the same time a certain Orange Goblin was gonna be put into presidency, but it's a different story. But you know, the election year, great film, a bit more rememberable kills, a bit more bloody, and so on and so forth. And at number one, we have The Purge Anarchy. Now, this is the film that in my opinion, represents what The Purge is supposed to do. You go into the streets, you go into your backyard, you go downtown, you go everywhere. In every single corner you see people killing, you see people stealing, you see people running for their lives, survival of the fittest. Everything about The Purge that the first film didn't do in Anarchy, it made it fucking better, and it made the point straight out that this is what you're supposed to do in a situation like this. More memorable kills, the cast was great, the suspense was great. Everything about this film to me represents what the Purge is supposed to do, what the Purge is in general, and what the Purge, unfortunately, if this ever happens in the future, which, like I said, only chance in fucking hell this ever happened in real life, is what it's supposed to do. And for those reasons, The Purge Anarchy, in my opinion, is at my number one. And that does it for this video, guys. Hope you guys really enjoyed this ranking mode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do the Asha Shebang. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on my Twitter. Stay tuned for tomorrow's ranking mode. We're gonna be ranking the entire Almond franchise. Yeah, this film has like close to maybe 9 films, 10 films. So it's gonna be a really, really critical rank I'm going to be doing for tomorrow's video, guys. Like I said, we're almost to the end of spooky month, but it's unfortunately, but like I said, I'm going to bring you guys a video every single day, which thankfully I've been doing that for the past couple of 2 weeks. So like I said, thank you guys for watching all the videos. Stay tuned for maybe a city collection down the future. Stay tuned for more metal ranking modes. Like I said, I kind of been putting my metal face to the side, not metal face, uh, my love for metal to the side, because I'm focusing more on the spooky Halloween gore stuff. So hopefully around maybe November time, I will bring you guys more metal content. Maybe an album review, which I still have to yet to choose a album review I really want to review. Depends on the situation of that. But like I said, guys, hope you guys are really enjoying all this ranking mods. Let me know down in the comments what ranking mod do you all think I should do next. Like I said, I have all my ranking mods ready to go, and maybe there may be some ranking mods that I might change down the road when we do the list around the road, or maybe if you all like continue the series, I could keep doing more ranking mods on my horror series beyond Halloween. So let me know down in the comments. But thank you guys for watching, guys. Stay safe, and until next time, stay metal.